Hello everybody, this is Alyssa from Make Arts and Crafts, and today we are here for, today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be what I'm bringing with me to the diamond painting retreat. So I am departing today for you guys, Wednesday. I am departing for the Crafters Paradise retreat. And I'm going to take you guys with me as I pack. So normally I usually do these for retreats where it's like, what did I pack for the retreat? Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be like, let's pack for the retreat. Let's figure out what I'm going to bring as far as like my crafty stuff, all of those things. So, you know, I'm probably going to forget something. I'll probably finish filming this and be like, oh crap, I completely forgot to add this, or I forgot to add that. So I'm gonna take you with me, and we're gonna kind of go through everything, the chaos that I usually do. You'll be walking around the house with me because I've got some stuff that I need that's in other spaces, that type of thing. But anyways, so we're gonna get started with this. So the first thing I'm gonna be bringing with me to the retreat is canvases that I have destashed to some of my friends that are actually going to the retreat. So I have a bunch of kits. I think it's like 10 or so kits. So like here's 2 of them that I need to on this one, and then there's another on the floor that I need to go take and put in my destash kit bag. So first thing that we have to do, I have to bring all of those kits with me. So we're going to take these 2 kits that I just destashed today, and we're going to go put them in my bag that which I already moved out of my craft room because it was just taking up too much space. It's sitting on the floor in my living room. I hardly ever use my living room because I have a certain chaos demon of a cat, Sushi, who has decided that if I'm in the living room, she needs to be attacking my artwork, and it just annoys the tar out of me. All right, so if you're wondering, a good source to try to, if you want to travel with a bunch of kits, I am putting all of my canvases in this. This is one of my sea bags, navy sea bag, duffel bag, navy duffel bag essentially. And I have, see, it even has my name on it, Mink. And these things can take a major beating. I have a bunch of kits already in here. So if I lower it down, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kits in here. No, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've already got 7 kits in here. And we're going to add them to this side because that is my side that I need for that. So we're going to add this kit right here. And we're going to add this kit right here. So now I have these kits in the bag, and I can go ahead and put the bag back up. I needed something that would fit these really tall ones, so that was the thing. And the nice thing is that it does. So you can see how that folds over, and then it has this like little hook thing. So these are the standard issue military bags. You'll see these on Navy side, you'll see them Army side, pretty much all of the branches we use the same standard generic duffel bag. I actually have one that used to be my uncle's when he was in the Army during, I think, the Vietnam War. So I have that one, and that one's, you know, been around since the 70s basically. So yes, so now we've got it, got those in here, and this is one you can grab it like this, you can drag them. This is the newer type. It's actually got shoulder straps, so I made it so I could wear it to transport from the car to the airplane counter, air desk counter. I get 2 free checked bags, so that's what we're doing. So that was the first thing that I'm packing with me, destash kits. And then we need to unpack, / nothing is really packed yet, but we need to take all of these kits out, all of this stuff that I have in my suitcase, which is a jumbled mess right now. This is my diamond painting crafty suitcase right here. So we need to take all of this stuff out of here. I do have this pouch and that pouch already basically put together. But the first pouch is basically all of the gifts that I'm taking for my my princess pal. So kind of like my Secret Santa person that I have. So that's what the gifts are that are in. Those are all the things that are right there. I have Mochi is inside this nest of Udis, in case you were curious. See, there's a Mochi face. I don't know if you guys can see that little face. Yep, you can see a tip of the face. Hi, Mo. You are just so stinking cute, baby. So I'm bringing those gifts. And then we're going to look at what's on this other section right here first. So the other things that I have are a whole bunch of snacks. So one of the things that I like to bring to diamond painting retreats is snacks and random things like that that I can give to people. So snack-wise, I have so many random things in here, but I have these strawberry cheesecake mochis because I love mochi, and I love Mochi the cat, but I also love mochis themselves. So we're bringing some mochi snacks. I also have some tahine dehydrated, freeze-dried. No, these are freeze-dried. So I have some tahine apple slices that my mom freeze-dried that I'm taking with me. I've also got some freeze-dried gummy bears and some freeze-dried high chews. Those are in here. I'm bringing some tea. I'm bringing a thing of tea because this is an orange and cinnamon spice tea because I can't not have tea if I'm going to be gone for a hot minute. So I'm bringing the tea with me. Hi, baby. She's so curious. This one had to come and see what I was up to. Hi. Oh, your thigh is wet. Did you give yourself a bath? Hi, baby. Look at that fat belly. Mwah. Love you, baby. She's like, what are you doing, Mom? I need to investigate. I'm also bringing some Pocky. I got these from the World Market. So there are some interesting flavors. I've got crushed, they're crushed fruit. One is strawberry peach yogurt and one is passion fruit yogurt. So I'm bringing both of those. And then I've got some gifts for some people in here. So these are, you know, I've got a hot spring capybara that I'm bringing as a gift for a friend. And then I have bubble tea magnets that I'm bringing as gifts for a friend. I'm not sure how many are in here. 8 of them. So that's 8 people that I can give those to. I also have one of the girls going to the retreat uses the toolkits. She uses the trays to kit up in. So I'm bringing all of my large trays that I have. And then, like, there's multiple people at the retreat that'll take the baggies. So that's perfect. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 toolkits that I'm bringing with to give things to friends. I also have some tahine banana chips that are freeze-dried that my mom made. These are I haven't had the tahine, but I've had the regular ones. And then I've got some just regular banana chips that my mom did freeze-dried, so I'm taking those too. I'm bringing a thing of BTS Oreos because I'm not a big Oreo person, but I had to buy these, so I'm bringing those with because there's some definite BTS fans in here. Some baggies to put the things that I'm giving to people. I have some baggies in here that I'm going to use to put some gifts into. Oh yes, these are the random things that my mom handed me. I feel like they've still slightly damp. They're not the best. Like, I feel like it's hard to get these to stay super moisture free with the bags that they're in, but I have some dill pickle slices. So we'll see how those turned out. Mochi is now helping me in case you wondered. So here's our Momo. Fresh from her dental cleaning. Hi, look at that belly. She's like, Mom, put me down. You're so funny. She's like, Mom, stop holding me. She does not like being held. Hey, get your booty roll. Get your booty roll. I need to be able to see what's in here. I've also got, these are the enhancements that I purchased for the retreat canvas. So I'm bringing the enhancements with me in case I work on the canvas there. And this is another de-stash that someone had purchased this from me. So there's that. I've also got, this is kind of like, I think it's going to be like a sticker thing. I think it's kind of like a interesting version of, they're called them perler bead stickers, but I think it's basically like a Bixels. But I'm bringing that for a friend because it's got a little capybara on it. So I'm bringing that one for a friend. I've got these really cool K-pop Demon Hunter stickers that I'm bringing. I have some Sailor Moon stickers that I'm bringing for some friends. I have some Bluey. I have some friends that are Bluey fans, so I have some Bluey. These are fruit snacks. And then I also have some Bluey marshmallows. And then in here we have these magnets. These are butter magnets. So those are the random things that I'm bringing with me to the retreat. I like how I opened it on the side that it didn't need opened on. That was funny. So anywho, I just ripped the bag that this was stored in. But I have these butter stickers. These are like, and they're all sorts of, you know, different colors. So I have a couple friends that these are going for, these salted butter stickers. I have like 2 friends in particular, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these. So that's 10 friends that'll be able to get butter stickers, or butter magnets, actually. These are the freebie gifts that I'm giving to everybody. So they're like a combination of, these are just like little figures that if you wanted to turn them into magnets, into cover minders, you can. So they're all like, I have a whole set of these cute little lucky cats in different poses. So there's all sorts of them. They're just super cute. So I have like, there's a ton of those lucky cats in different poses. I just dropped one and now it's running away from me. And then like here is, you know, a more classic pose for a lucky cat. But I have so many of these. And then like this entire bag is full of these. And then on top of that, I also have some like lucky cat darumas, which are more ceramic ones in a variety of colors. These ones are technically beads, so you could put them on things. But like, look at how cute those are. So I thought those would be perfect as tiny little cover minder type things, or just like a little cute figurine. So I brought those. There's enough for everybody to get like 2 in here, or one of the cats and one of the darumas. So I have those that I'm bringing. And none of this stuff that I'm bringing so far is, besides like having snacks, are things that I would say like essentials to bring. I'm just bringing a lot this year. But the goal is that all of this stuff that you're seeing now is not coming back with me. This is a pen that I'm bringing to give to a friend. This is a little squishy bunny that I'm bringing as a gift for a friend. This is like a little ceramic owl figurine that I'm bringing as a gift for a friend. Same thing, I've got some snap dots. I don't use snap dots, but I have a friend that does, so I'm bringing those for her. I have a Luna moth, which I'm bringing for a friend. That's a cover minder. And then I have this little bee. This is an actual pin, but I have a friend of mine that loves bees, so I'm bringing that for her. And then here are some pens that I destashed. So there are pens and putties in here, or no, waxes. Waxes here, and these are some pens that I'm bringing for friends that have bought those from me already. So those are more destashed things. This is like this cute little like felt sewn ornament thing where all you really need for it is like some scissors. It has all the tools you need, but it's a little bumblebee, so I'm bringing that for a friend as well. And then I have like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these pins that say Daily Storm Survivors Club right here, because, you know, we all kind of need something like that. So I'm bringing those. So that's all in this back pouch of my suitcase. So now I'm going to put all of these goodies back in here, hopefully in a slightly more organized manner than what it is, but that's part of what I am bringing with me to the retreat. These are all either snacks or gifts for people that you just saw right there. So lots of random little things. What the goal would be that none of that stuff is going back with me at the end of the retreat. It's all things that this whole section will, like both of these whole sections in the bag, will not have this same stuff in them when I, by the end of the retreat. Because I will have gifted away all of these things. So that's the goal anyways, is none of that stuff is going to make it back with me. So now we just need to, I brought all of that because I'll put them in the baggies and everything once I get to the retreat. I'm not going to worry about that right now because then I'm like, yeah, so I'm not worrying about bagging them up now. It's just going to be put them in the suitcase, get them all in here, and then I will go from there. So here's all of the goodies. We're putting them back in at least a semi-organized manner. But I'll have to make little goodie bags for everybody with some of the stuff once I get to the retreat. Sushi, what are you doing? You can't go in here. This is not for you to climb in here. That'll go on top. So let's fit these trays in. And then we can go on and try to organize and plan the rest of the suitcase. So that I wanted to show you guys. That's the only portion that I have actually in any way actually packed was the gifts. So I had packed the gifts, but that was more so because I had all of it sitting up on top of the cabinet that's right there. But I moved everything off of there and kind of threw it into the suitcase. So that way I could actually
put my Lego sets up on top of there. All right, so there's that portion. So now we're into the main portion, which like literally is just stuff that I randomly threw in here. So this is a canvas that I am destashing. So this one doesn't have a box, so it's going. I have already destashed. It doesn't have a box, so it's going in the main suitcase, not over there. Now we have. I like to bring things to destash. These are the last of the cover minders that I have that I'm destashing. There's like 25-ish different cover minders in here. So I'm bringing these cover minders and their corresponding magnets in a little baggie to kind of get rid of. If nothing else, they're going to go on the free table, but I might do like 25 cents a piece. So now we have the canvases that I have what I'm packing canvas wise. So these are the 4 Froggy mini canvases. You'll see them in a second. I already basically went through and put the sticker sheets on all of the drills with the drill packs because they're all in baggies. So those are going to be little minis that I'm going to work on. I'm a fast diamond painter, so I like to have lots of options so I don't run out of diamond paintings. And then these are the Kawaii Bunny drill packs here. And then the last one. This one I actually have started working on that canvas. So those are for those. So this is the one that I actually started. I did a section of it for, you know, the video that's going to go up on Friday so that people could see it with drills down on it. So I did the top portion of it, but realistically, this is all one section for me. I turn it on its side and go. So that's one of the canvases I'm bringing, but that's like a set of, there's 4 of them. So we are going to see what all I threw in here. This is the 4-pack of the pressed and placed Froggy minis that I'm bringing with me. 4 of those there. They're all really little, so they're essentially like a 20 by 20. So I like to bring mini canvases, and you'll see why when I go grab my easel. But I use a travel size easel, and I don't like to put big canvases on there because it's always awkward. So I usually use little canvases for things that I bring my easel for, or to retreats and things like that, because I'm bringing my easel. So we have these 4 little minis. And then we have the other 3 of these bunny ones. I'm going to put all of the canvases together and kind of like roll them up together. But these are the canvases that I am bringing. And then I've got some Diamond Delights minis. These are like ones that'll take me like half an hour to knock out because they're like the Book Dragon, Tea Dragon, Skull Dragon, and then this is Pastel Potion stickers. So these are all going to take me like no time at all to knock out, but I like having little projects. And then I am working on this canvas with a couple others at the retreat. This is the Sunset Harbor Haven from Chuck Pinson, and then this one I'm doing a race with C and Mackenzie. We're all going to work on the same canvas. They each have their own of it. I actually have C's canvas in my bag as well because she lives in Canada, so she can't buy it from the Diamond Art Club Amazon store. So those are the canvases that I have packed so far for me to do. So that's all of the stuff for me to work on diamond painting wise. I will roll them up once in a minute. I'll roll them up and put them how I like to store them for travel purposes. On top of that, we have, I like to bring other crafts as well. So one of the things I like to bring is cross stitch. So we'll pack up my cross stitch in a minute, but I just snagged this little light because I like a ton of light when I'm cross stitching, and I figure I can always use this on top of my easel for my diamond painting if I need more light too. So this was like this little like super cheap, really bright light. You can change like the color tone for it, but this was a little light that will light up my easel or like my stitching stuff, all of that well enough, and you can also go dim and light. So I snagged this. This is actually, I'm going to put it to go into my, this is actually going to go in my backpack so I can have it for like the trip over. So we're gonna make a little pile for that. I also was like, well, let me try this one. I don't know how I would get this one to stick onto my, I figured I'd try this one. It's a little bit smaller, so if I'm doing like more of a handheld project, but this is a smaller little book light. That's what both of these are. They're book lights. So I figured I'd try that one as well, but realistically, I feel like I'm going to use the other one, and here's the cord for the other one. So there's that. We were chatting, and a group of us were talking about, you know, we have a friend that's one of the girls is driving there, and since she's driving, she threw some resin into her bag, like the UV resin, and we'll do some UV. We're basically gonna show us, she's gonna show us how to do the stickers for on tweezers. I have a pair of tweezers that she did last year. So in preparation for that, I bought a bunch of mini things. I'm not going to use all of them, but I bought all of them. But these are technically nail stickers. So this is, you know, I have some cherry blossom ones. I have these ones are like dragons, Asian dragons on these ones here in different colors. Here's some Lunar New Year ones as well. And some more cherry blossoms. And then the only Ghibli ones that I could find were these Kyonashi ones. So I'm bring these. There's a whole passel of them. We're gonna put them all in the same baggie together because this is a big bag, so we're gonna put them all in here together. But there are a ton in here that I could pretty much do anything that I could possibly want. Because these are technically nail art stickers, but they would be perfect for like UV resin stuff. So I'm bringing those with. So that's kind of like a fun little side quest we're going to do. I need to get the rest of the pixels that I want to bring with. So I put the Woodland Tarot Part 1 in here. And then I have a sushi sticker set right here as well. And there's one more sticker set. I usually put these in a different storage because I might want to work on these at like an airport type thing. So these are going to go in my carry-on bag, which I also need to grab this one right here. This is the one I'm working on, which I totally could finish. So this is another one. This is like a spring sticker set. Yeah, it's Spring Garden. So you can see I'm like halfway done with that one. So we're going to add this one to the pixels, which means I'm going to need my pixel tweezers, which are up there. I'm not going to bring the big pixels. Here are my pixel tweezers. These are the really skinny ones. And then here are the other ones that I use if I want an angle to it. And I might actually want to bring a little bit more. Let's look at my pixels hoard and see what else I'm going to bring. So like I said, this is where you get to go with me as I pack things. So what else do I want to bring from here? So this is where I store my pixels. So here is my cabinet that I talked about. This is what I store the big diamond paintings in. Actually, this top shelf has my brush painting paper, some of it. The middle shelf is, I think, technically empty. And then the bottom shelf has my pixels hoard and my cross stitch finishes. My pixels finishes, I haven't figured out how else I want to store them. And then it also has my, my large canvases, like Duck Bath is right there. So these are the acrylic ones that I have. I'm not going to bring the acrylics with because I don't want to risk them breaking. So I'm not bringing those with, but these are I have them in like order of size. I might I don't think I'm going to get to those, but those are the collectible cards. I do want to bring this botanical one with me. This is another flower one that's cherry blossoms. That one's going with. And like, as you can see, we've got the Woodland Tarot. They do take longer, so I know I'm being very like ambitious, trying to think I'm going to do all of them, but I want to do the small ones. I don't think I'm going to need to take these cards with. Here's like the landscapes. Here's Woodland Tarot set 2. And there was another one I was thinking about. I have a Bixels in here. I just have to figure out which one it is. Okay. Here we go. I could bring this little canvas. That one's small, so I could totally bring that one size-wise. And I feel like there was a Bixel that I had in here, but I didn't. Okay, it is bigger. I'm not going to bring the big Bixel because, again, super big. So let's go ahead and slide these back over. I'm making a mess of this, but there's more underneath. I need to see what I've got. I have too many things in here, and then I need a better spot to store them all. Okay, those are just canvases. Okay. So I think I'm good on that aspect. Let me go ahead and turn that back around, and I'm going to organize this again. So I'm bringing pixels, but I think with all of that, I will be good. I might actually bring the pride flag keychain, my rainbow flag keychain. I might bring this one as well. I don't know. I don't want it to like ruffle up anything. So I think we are good with those. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pixels, which this is an entire canvas. So that's going to take a little longer. This will go quickly because it's just, a sticker sheet. So I'm going to bring those pixels. So now I need like a bag or something to put them in because I can't just carry them like flat like that. So, which will be over with my cross stitch stuff. Let's see. I will probably bring, so we're over on the other side of my studio. Here are my cross stitch projects. I'm fully caught up on this one unless she releases one on like during the retreat, but I'm caught up on that one, so I don't need to worry about that. I have some that I have not started, so I'm not too worried about them. And then I have ones that I've put the, prepped them, but I might have to swap out this project bag. So what do I have in here? Because this is like if I'm doing something super small. So this is, I have a couple cross stitches, like these are 2 in process cross stitches, like cross stitch butterflies that I have in here with their directions and all that. And then I have a couple more projects in here that are basically like their little kits. So I have the floss and I've got their fabric in here, as well as you can see this is them on one of them right here. But I feel like this is going to be one where I'm like, if I try to bring this bag, I like to use this bag for the small stuff because it fits really well. Sorry, something made a weird noise. I like to use this bag, and I can't fit this one. This doesn't fit. This hoop doesn't fit in here, so I think I need to take this off of this hoop if I want to work on this one, because I might work on it as like a handheld. It goes this way. I always work on them upside down. What? Did you just fall? What was that? You're silly. You're silly. So I like to have small things, and that's the nice thing about this hoop is it fits in my my bag. So I might actually take this one off in case I decide I want to work on this one while we're there. Because it's kind of like a little project that I do kind of like on the plane. I like to cross stitch on the plane. This one's not going to be one that I would do on the plane just because it's so dark. It's very hard to see. So we're going to take this hoop off, and I'm not going to bring this hoop. I'm going to bring the smaller hoop. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put my grime guard there, and I'm actually going to put this, I don't know which one I want to start with. So even though I've technically already started this one, we're going to fold it back up and put it back in my bag. So that way I can work on it if I want to work on it, but I can always go with one of the other ones that I have that's a lighter color, because I have a couple others in here that I have the fabric for that are lighter colors, which would go easier. So I've got like a lantern one, and then I have like a unicorn one. And those I'll just use. This is my travel size one. If I want to do something as like a carry-on, I like to do that because then it's small. And I usually put my pixels right inside this bag, this project bag. So we're going to grab the pixels and we're going to pop them in here. So this is like going to be, you know, a forever day video because it's like all the things that I do, and you guys are going with me as I do them. So let's bring it forward so you don't get that blocking your view. All right, so we have our pixels, which is why I wanted just the small projects, because I knew that they would fit into my bag. So, and the nice thing is that I usually put tweezers in here, and I've traveled on plane with the tweezers in here with no problem. So we're gonna go ahead and put the tweezers back in here. In the bottom of this one, so we've got our tweezers there. So you were funny, Sushi. In case you wonder, there's a sushi face trying to get to the camera. And I could then, if I really wanted to, this one's gonna be tricky to figure out how to hold on it, but I figure this is small enough that I could use for any of these projects. So this is gonna go in like this. This is going in my carry-on. So there are projects for the plane. I do want to bring my larger cross stitch pattern, but we'll get to that in a minute. So that's going to be that one right there with its larger project bag. And I think if I have room for it, I will actually put my wood easel, my wood stand for the cross stitch in my suitcase as well. But we need to get this organized so I can actually do that. So here are the drills for the 2 Diamond Art Club canvases that I'm bringing. So I'm bringing a large Elizabeth Ward and a small Elizabeth Ward. Those are 2 canvases in there already kitted up. So we'll set that off to the side. I've also got this box, which has the fake nails that I'm gonna wear for the retreat. So the retreat is it's Princess Palace, so it's like Disney princess themed. So I got a set of these Moana nails that I am going to glue on. I'm not gonna do it until I get to the hotel on Wednesday, just because I don't want to deal with trying to like fly and travel with it. So I got those nails. I have, you know, a Moana necklace that I can wear. And then I got like a felt lei headdress, like an actual like a felted lei one to look like the Moana lei. So I've got that, and that's in this little box that I have right here. So that way it doesn't squish the lei. And then I have 2 canvases in here for friends. So this is for C, and then this other canvas here is also for C. She doesn't know about this one. She knows I got her an additional one. She paid me for this one, for Milo the cat. That's our race one, but she doesn't know that I got her this one. So that one's a surprise for her. And then I also decided, pardon me. I also decided to do, I have this little embroidery kit, which actually I do not like so I have this embroidery kit right here. I really dislike the wood hoops, so I'm not putting it in the wood hoop. I'm going to use my other, so we're going to open this up and we're going to take this embroidery kit out and we're actually going to put it inside the, we're going to put it in over here. So this has got everything that I need for it. I don't like these wood hoops. I do not use the wood hoops. So we're going to take the wood hoop and put it back in the bag. So this is all of like the packing stuff. So this is kind of, you guys are getting the chaos of what am I doing. So this has the needle and the beads. Here is the floss with the colors for it. Here is the fabric, which is just kind of like a linen style fabric with the little pattern already. So it's kind of like already on there, so I don't have to like think about it. And I will use, and it's super cute. So this is like a small little thing. I need to trim this because I'm going to put it in here. So it's in my project bag. I did a Luna Moth one last time I flew. So I just need to get the directions. This has the diagram, all of that fun stuff. So I just need to, let's see. I think I just need that back page. Yeah, we're just going to take this page because it's got what I will use for what on here. So it has the diagram of what color I use where. I know it's like you can't really see, but there. This one actually has French knots. I've never done French knots before. So that'll be interesting. So we're going to go ahead and put this little guy. There's like 3 French knots on it. I feel like that's perfect for figuring out French knots when I've never done them before. So now I'm going to, I need to get, we're going to cut this off. So let me grab some scissors. In case you wonder, we are going to cut this off right here. And I will take that because sometimes you want to see what the actual color is that you're going to be working with. So I like to just trim this. Ooh. I know it's got the plastic like glued to it, literally, like, there we go. So I'll just rip the plastic. Goodness. Because I like to actually have the color because I'm a color person. So we're going to do that and we're going to go ahead and cut that guy. So this is the chaos that I usually do as I'm prepping for, you know, traveling for a retreat. All right, so now we have this little embroidery set. This is going in my bag with me. And boom, it's in my small airport travel project bag. Look at that. All right, so that's gonna go in my backpack. And now we need to see what else I need to pack with me and go from there. All right, so first up, we should make sure that I've got all of the crafty projects that I wanna do gathered together. And then we'll go with tools and accessories, and Sushi is in a chaos mode. So I think I do want to grab a couple more snacky paintings. Originally, I was just going to work on the retreat canvas, but I was like, you know what? It's going to be hard to work on the retreat canvas on my easel because it's a small easel. My travel easel is small. So that's going to be a little harder to do. What are you doing, Chaos Gremlin? Chaos Gremlin. There's our Chaos Gremlin. Hi, baby. What? Come here. Okay. Chaos. I just tossed her on me. This is what she does. She puts her paws on my arm and drapes. There's the baby. What do you do when? What? You're just chilling, and now she's just gonna chill like this because I'm holding her. This cat is just like, she's my little parrot. She's my shoulder parrot. She's my baby. What? Baby. Susu. Can I put you down? Where did Momo go? Is Momo over here? She is. Okay. Momo is over there. I'll show you guys Momo in a minute, but I need to put you down, Carcass. She's purring at me. She's a happy baby. All right, you're going down. So I was going to work on the retreat canvas, and then I decided that that would be hard to do with my easel, so I needed to then get a bunch of small ones instead, because I was really going to bring the 2 Diamond Art Club small ones and then the retreat canvas once I got there. But I'm like, you know what? So far, the majority of the stuff that I've gathered together, minus the drills and the smaller canvases, the majority of things that I've gathered are things that are not going back with me. And I've got plenty of space in this suitcase, and I have and I've got plenty of stuff. I have like the big suitcase, my big one over there. And I've got my carry-on that I'm going to do. I'm actually going to pack like a regular carry-on, probably. We will see. Normally I do a little backpack. But the other ones that I need to do, I need to pack my big cross stitch. So this one I am bringing with me. This is a stitch along that I'm doing, and I am woefully behind on my stitch along. So if I need a break from diamond painting, I'll sit back and chill and work on my stitch along, which is this chicken, and then I have like this picnic basket type, or this picnic blanket that's going over here. Chicken right here, picnic blanket here with a basket and snacks and everything. So we're gonna pack this up. I might still work on it between now and then, but if I don't, then it's at least, it's easy to pack up because I literally just throw it in the project bag and we're done. So that's why I like these project bags. They're the perfect size for this hoop. This is my largest size hoop that I prefer to work with. I have larger than that, but this is the hoop size I prefer to work with because it fits in like this, you know, 9 by 13 or 11 by 13 project bag. This one has like little froggies on it. It's not my favorite pattern, but it's still cute. So we're gonna bring this cross stitch. I don't think I'm gonna put this one in my carry-on. I might, but probably not. So this one is gonna go over here for this stash. I'm thinking, and then I need my cross stitch accessories. So for cross stitch accessories, I have my extra needles, I have my scissors, I have a highlighter in case I'm doing a paper pattern, and these are my cross stitch accessories. I use a thing of Wee Wax in here for conditioning the thread. I have a needle threader in here. I have a small highlighter. I have my cross stitch scissors. These are going to go in my checked bag. I am not going to be bringing these on my carry-on. And then I've got my, these are my extra needles. So those are there in case I need them. So this needs to go with my other accessories because this I will put to go with these in here because I'm going to go grab my, I need a cover minder or two to grab, and I have I'm like picky. I have specific cover minders that I like to use for my cross stitch versus, which technically, you know, needle minder and all that. But, I mean, it's literally the same thing. So, we're going to put that baggie in here. I do need to adjust where my easel is placed, or my hoop is placed. So, that way I can kind of organize the chaos a little bit. There we go. Alright, so now I have added the hoop. I've got my tools, and I've got all my projects in there, both pixels and cross stitch, and an embroidery kit. I'm going to put this over on the desk because we're going to pack this in a minute. Cover minder wise, I am going to bring, maybe I'll do these two. These ones are, I'm feeling these ones. So, this right here is my favorite one to do. This is my Labubu cover minder, or needle minder. He's a cover minder or needle minder, same thing. But this is my preferred one to do. And then I think I'm going to throw this one in as well. This lily pad one is really pretty, and it's got this really mega magnet right there. So we're going to do that one. I do need to put the needle in here. So I'm going to put this like right in here. The nice thing about this little box is it's magnetic. So I usually will just put well, I'm gonna put it on the bottom because otherwise the cover minders the needles will all swoosh around because that magnet is so powerful. And this is my preferred magnet there. So we're gonna do that, and this little guy, we're gonna put them side by side on here. If they just decided to attach themselves to this super powerful magnet, we're gonna go ahead and take those off. I'm causing issues for myself. Oh, yeah, I have used that needle a lot. It's got that slightly tarnished look compared to the other ones. So, big needle, or big cover minder with needles. And I do have a magnet inside here to work on some of these with. So, there's that one. And then I'm just going to put this one inside my tool bag. Because that one I can use for whatever. But we're going to put this little guy right in here. Alright, so now I can put my tools back in here. This is going to be like the video that never ends, you guys. Oh, Sushi's being cute. I got to show off the girl butt. Like I said, I have Legos up here. So there's our Sushi. That's her window bed. What? What? You're ridiculous. You're giving me the what for. So she can lay in that basket, but she gets to stare out the window. Why are you staring at me, Carcass? And then we're going to come over here and we're going to take a look at our Momo. So this is Udi's in my chair with the mochi inside of them. She likes to be toasty, so she is a toasty mochi. Huh, baby? She's happy. Let me cover her back up. All right. So now that we have done the cross stitch, oh wait, there was one more thing I wanted to put down here with the hopes that I will fit. So this, I like to work off of, you know, I don't like to hold my projects. So this would be more for the stitch along one, the larger one. So the nice thing is that this folds down to a pretty decently compact size. It doesn't take up a ton of space, goes pretty flat. So I'm going to try to put this in my suitcase as well. So we've got that. I've got it tightened down so that way it's, you know, sturdy. And we're going to pop this right here. This is technically one that you can like sit underneath your legs and then you can work, or you put it on the table in front of you. So I'm going to put this down here to go in my bag because I do want to bring that. Now let's go grab, oh wait, I need to put this back in the carry-on pile. So now we're going to go grab the other canvases that I'm going to bring with me. So I need to figure out what else I want to bring. Sushi's probably going to shrump into this because we're going into my closet. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm surprised that she hasn't jumped over here yet. Normally I open the closet and she is there. She has not gotten here yet. All right, so we need some mini kits, which my minis are right here. Oh, I hear her. I hear her. Do I have any minis here? What minis are in here? And there's the elephant. There she is. What are you doing? What are you doing? So this has a couple mini projects. What are you doing? No, get away from my camera. Stop. That is not, no, that is not for you, turd. What are you doing? You are too much. No, you do not need to go in the closet. Stop it. No. No. So I do have, in here, we have, would you stop? The Fairy Tales Mini Dazzles, which would actually be perfect to bring this, stop, you're not going in my closet. Sushi, Sushi. No, you are not going in the closet. So we are going to bring the Fairy Tales Mini Dazzles because those are a must, especially since it's princess themed, and those are it. And then I'm also going to bring the National Parks. No, Sushi, you're not sneaking. No, don't sneak. It's not happening. Do I need to toss your carcass on my back, on my shoulder? Here. You fuzzed me with your butt. All right, there you. I know I love you too. And then we're gonna grab our National Parks paint gem. What are you doing? Stop. You go up top. Get up top. Get up there. Oh, there you go. There you go. So we're also going to bring the National Parks 3.0 paint gem set, which that's how I store it. I am going to throw, I do need to bring some baggies for these. I don't know how many I'm going to need to bring for the Mini Dazzles. I think it's like 27 colors. So I'm not sure if this is enough baggies. So I'm going to grab this and we're gonna toss this in there. I'm not gonna save, no sushi, we are not making a break for it. I need to just put the rest of my mini projects back in there. So we got plenty of baggies for our paint, or our mini dazzle. The paint gems I just work out of the bags, but the mini dazzles come in the Ziploc bag, or in the blister packs, so these are for those. Now, do I want to bring anything else? Oh yes, I forgot I had those. So here, oh, this would be perfect to bring if I wanted to do for the Be Happy DP Along. I was going to work on this in July and I completely forgot, so we're bringing that one. That's just like a cheap, I think that was like a cheap teamy one. Okay, these are my tools. So we're going to toss this over here because I'm probably going to be bringing most of those. That's where I tend to keep them. And then I don't think I'm going to bring any more of the paint gems or mini dazzles, but then on top of that, I do have, there we go. Camera down, Sushi knocked the camera down. And then I've got the Sparkle Pals, or like basically the Pals ones. These are from Diamond Delights. They're small little, no sushi, these are small little snacky canvases. I doubt I am going to do all of these that I'm bringing, but I'm still, no sushi. Do not yell at me. But I am going to toss these in my bag just in case, because they're so small and they don't take up much space. And I think that means we're good on diamond paintings, because the rest are the mini dazzles and paint gems. So that's good on those. I don't think I need anything else from in here. So that's good on diamond paintings. Now we can work on accessories. Oh yes, I forgot. I also wanted to bring all of my pens for D-stash for the people that I did not like message ahead of time. So we will grab those. These are my pens that I am D-stashing. I have this bag of pens and I've got this container of pens. So I need to put all of the pens in a bag, like into this bag, and then I can, once all the pens are in the bag, I will bring this little collapsible bag to set them up in, because it's easier to rifle through this than it is to rifle through the bags. She's just creating all of the things. So we're gonna bring the pens for de-stashing. So we're gonna put those over here. And then I need to grab accessories. Oh, there's a couple other things I need to grab. So let's grab this stuff that's going with diamond painting wise. And we're gonna put it over, I'm gonna go toss this over in the suitcase pile. Accessories will be different. We're gonna put this up here because I do need to go through and pick the right accessories. But there's a couple things that I need to grab that are not in my studio. So the first one is my easel and light pad. That's like the first thing that I need to make sure that I'm grabbing. So I keep this bag that I'm grabbing has a adapter and it's got is my easel in there? What? Where is that not? I was like, why isn't my easel in here? I forgot that I've been using my travel easel for pixels. So I need to put that in its box. So travel easel, the travel light pad. Yeah, there's the easel. I about did a freak out moment. I was like, did I leave it at my parents' house? So in this bag, I have an extension cord adapter, so for a power bank basically for my diamond painting desk. So we're gonna bring this. That's going with, and then I might use this bag for transporting stuff. We'll see. But then this is my box. It's pretty beat up, but I always put my easel and light pad in this box. So there's the cord. There's my power cord for my light pad. And then I need these things for my easel. What are you doing, Sushi? Stop. No. She knows that I'm packing stuff, which means I'm going somewhere. So now she's getting super needy. She's getting super needy. Hi, baby. Come here. Come here. You can tell by the tail. This is the needy tail. Yes. She's like, no, you can't leave. So she knows, which means she's going to be very clingy. So we're going to move the pixels off of here because obviously I'm not bringing the big pixels because I don't want to get them I don't want to disturb them in transit, but this is my travel easel. So travel easel is now acquired. Get down. Oh, so we're gonna, and usually what I do is easels like this, and then here is my travel light pad that I utilize, and this is gonna go inside the back of the easel. And then the easel has these little tabby things that you can put on to protect the corners of it, which I always have just traveled with these on, these little plastic things. It's how it shipped. And I've always just done those and put those on to put it inside its bag or inside its box. So we're gonna start popping it into here. This box has seen some rough days for this box, but we've got the light pad in here and the power cord for the light pad and my easel, because that's something that this is an absolute must for me for diamond painting retreats. Like my absolute must is having my easel and light pad. I have to have an easel and light pad. So now there we go. So this can come over here to go in my suitcase. On top of the easel and light pad, what I also use is I use weights to hold my canvas down. So I need to see if I want to use, I don't know if these are going to be, if I'm going to be happy with these ones. These are smaller weights, which I could use these. They're a little bit smaller. They're not very heavy, but I feel like these ones are not. These ones are a little bit heftier. These weights are a little bit heftier. This is what, when I'm doing my brush painting, I hold the paper flat with paper weights, and that's what these are. These are some smaller ones. This is longer. Sushi, you do not need to touch that. That's right, Carcass. She likes to put her mouth on my Legos. Really, Carcass? So these are ones I'm not gonna bring. I think I will bring, I'll put these ones in my suitcase. The goal will be to bring the good ones, which are over on my regular easel. So, but I'm gonna put these in the suitcase just in case I forget the good ones. Sushi passing through. So we're gonna put these down here. Well, actually they're gonna go over with my accessories. So accessory wise, because these are the normal ones that I use for my large easel are these ones. And I like how they're flat on the one side and they fit really well on the easel. So these are what I normally bring. So I'm going to try to remember to bring those, but if I don't, it'll be fine because I've got the little ones. Oh, there's one other thing. So my easel, the easel slides on the table. So what I do, well, every single painting on this wall that is within cat reachable distance has this little double-sided these little sticky tabs that are double-sided adhesive stickiness. I'm going to grab some of them. I think I'm out of the ones that I brought last time. So we're gonna grab these, and that's what keeps all of this artwork on the walls. So now if you try to do this, you can see how it doesn't, if I wiggle it, it wiggles a little bit, but in like this one, I had to use multiples on this one because Sushi really liked to bang on the wood. So I have to do that. And I've realized at one of the day retreats that I could use these to hold my easel in place so it doesn't slide on the table. Because there's nothing more frustrating when you're trying to press and you have to hold your easel in place. So this is going with my accessories. This is my normal diamond painting setup right here. So you can see with my normal setup, I have this pad right here across the front of my desk, and that's so that way my hand can rest here. You see it normally rests like right here. My arm rests like this as I hold the tray, because I hold the tray while I'm diamond painting. So if I'm holding the tray and my arm is resting on the edge of the table can be painful. So it's not like I can bring that with me, but instead I will grab like a hand towel, and I will bring like a hand towel. I just have to decide what towel I want to bring with me. I don't need a big towel. I do rather hate these towels. They're annoying. I'll bring the gray one because that's a benign color. So I bring a hand towel to pad my table edge, and I can always washi tape it down if I need to, but it usually falls on the floor. But we're gonna put this to go in the suitcase because that's diamond painting stuff. So that's coming over here, and pop it on the pile on the floor. My floor pile has become crazy. And I do have a larger carry-on, like a regular sized carry-on that I could do. But now we just need to do our accessories. So I need to plan out what accessories I need to bring with me. My scissors are going to go in the accessory bin. First up, glasses case. This is a must to protect my glasses. And then I'm bringing a pair of, I'm going to wear these glasses, which these are what are called pear eyewear. So the base frame is this pretty green. But then I've got the different toppers that I can put on. These are sunglasses. These are my favorite one. And here is another one. You can see how that looks there. So I am bringing a couple toppers, just an extra topper, this one, and then a sunglass topper. So those are going to go in the glasses case. So glasses case is going with. My scissors here are going with, these are the things that we just gathered. We gathered our tabs, we gathered our cross stitch scissors. Those only cut floss. We've got our magnet or our paperweights. Now inside here, I need to clear it out. So this is actually the tweezers that my friend made last year with the UV resin. She gifted a pair of tweezers to everybody. So these have some kitsune, some nine-tailed foxes on them. As we look in there, so there's some kitsune on there. So I like to bring these as like travel tweezers. I am going to throw a couple extra pairs of tweezers in here just for the sake of having things to do. And I probably will change out the wax and the putty that I have in here because I want something different because I've been using the same ones. So in this, I always like to have an ink pen just in case. I need to throw a pad of paper in here. These are the usual, so we're going to swap out wax. I'm going to have to pick a different one. These are the pens that I typically bring. There's 2 8s and a 10 placer. I'm going to bring a 12 placer, so I might swap this one into one of these into a 12 placer. For that, this one right here, I might actually not bring this one for like the first time ever. I almost always bring Fire and Ice, which is a Leopard Leatherworks one. This is such a beautiful pen. One of my favorite pens. This was actually the first mini pen that I ever purchased, was this one right here from MTN Inspirations. And it's a hybrid mini. I love it. It's really pretty. So that one has an 8 placer on it. And then this is an Enablers Outpost, one of my favorite Enablers Outpost pens with a 10 placer on it. So I might swap, so I'm going to swap out the pens, so we're going to set those out. I do think I want to bring, let's see, this is a pen that I might actually go ahead and swap. Let's see, this one has a 10 placer in it, and I just put it in, so I might swap and make this one a 12 placer. I'm going to bring this one right here. This is one of my new Butterfly Effectwares pens. It's got a 10 placer. I like to bring 3 pens, an 8, a 10, and a 12. And I like them to all feel different grip-wise. So I'm kind of torn. I might actually bring 4 this time, have 2 8s, and a 10 and a 12. So we're going to do this one, this one. We're going to swap this for the 12 placer. We're not going to bring this one this time. So I need to, I need to go see if I have another 12 placer pen. This is one that I just put the 12 placer on this pen, and I was using this one for my actual current whips. But I think I need to grab a different 12 placer head or swap it out to this one. I really need to buy some more 12 placers. I don't have that many. We might actually just I might just swap this 10 placer here for this 12 placer. We'll do that. Not bringing this one, like I said, that one's not going with, but I am going to swap these 2 attachments, or these 2 pen tips, because that one's a 10 that I already want to bring, and then this one has the 12. So we will go ahead and do this swap-a-roo. Let me go ahead and do this while we're thinking of it. So this is how I do you guys get to see how I do my pen tips. I use hot glue. Like you saw, I literally just went like this and twisted, and it worked great. I do like to clean out the old glue a little bit so it fits in better. And usually I'll either use tweezers or I can scrape with my fingernail to scrape the layer of old glue off of this. And then that way it fits in better, so now it'll fit in there smoother. That's the one thing, is you do have to clean kind of like that excess glue. Perfect. All right, I like it to be able to glide well. And then this one for the 12 placer, or this one's now the 10 placer instead of a 12 placer. So we're gonna go 12. And then I just take a glue stick. I have a release paper right here. I have a torch and I have a glue stick. And all I do is turn on the torch right to the glue stick. This is literally all I do. Don't do this somewhere where you have a really active fire, like smoke detector. I always had to have a fan going if I tried to do this when I was in the RV because the smoke detector was so good in the RV. So I go until it's good in that aspect, and then I just dip the tip into the glue, and then boom, pop it in, and now I'll let that cool off. It's literally all it takes. So now for the 10 placer, we popped it into the glue, and now we're going to whoosh right there. That's literally all it takes to do that. So now I've got those, and I think I am going to actually bring this 8 placer. This is the second 8 placer. So I'm going to bring 4 pens this time. 2 8 placers. This one has like a really comfortable grip for me. This one's also super comfortable, but it's a little bit of a wider grip. I like to have variety in the grip that I bring with me because you never know. So now I'm going to put those back in the drawer. So we've got pens with the different multi-placing settings. I do need to pick out what wax I want to bring with. Ooh, I could do the coconut mango. That smells good. The seagrass and sage is what I've been using lately. Ugh, I just love this scent. So I think we're going to bring the seagrass and sage. So that's going to come with. These we will put over here. And then just in case I don't necessarily bring my seam ripper. So I've got this if I wanted to cut, but I might actually toss my seam ripper. I'm not going to bring the entire tray over here. But the other accessories that I have here that I'm going to grab from there. I need to get another one of these. This is from Stacy Travis of Lady Lathe Customs co-op. This is like a little pen tray, so you don't have to worry about your pen rolling if you set it down and it doesn't fit in like the actual other thing. So we're going to bring this, and I'll put all these accessories into a container. I don't know if I'm going to use the box or if I'm going to use a little bag. Here is my seam ripper to cut sections. So that's from MTN Inspirations. This is a putty picker, and I've got like a flamingo putty picker. Look how cute this is. So this gets your putty out of your multi-placer. It works like a dream. And I'm going to throw some extra tweezers because I want to be able to decorate the tweezers. So what other tweezers do I have that I want to decorate? There's 3. I have a lot of, I'm just going to grab the tweezers that I have over here. So that way I can decorate these tweezers. I think this is the last pair of them. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus my 2 pixel tweezers. That's a lot of tweezers, but I have stickers for them. This is the Ditsy's Diamond Den tray. It's I do not like the matte white or the silky white for the bottom. I prefer a matte white. But this is Ditsy's Diamond Den, and she also does totally different stoppers. I don't like this stopper here. I don't like that I can't just slide it out. My preference is to be able to slide my stopper out. So I was assured that they were identical to the Yellow Dog Designs trays. They are not identical. There are subtle differences. So I haven't really used it because there are a couple things that I don't care for on that. I'm not going to use this putty. Which one is this one? Lemon Biscotti. Here is a Thess Studios lemon putty. We're going to keep that one in there. But I'm going to grab a couple other putties. Pen, that's going with. I'm not bringing this one. I like to bring a Sharpie just in case. We're going to use these scissors for potentially these scissors. Yeah, I don't know. I might just be old school and go with my preferred scissors. I've literally had these scissors for probably 10 or 15 years. But these are what I cut the small bags, for the blister pack bags. We're going to bring this pair of tweezers that's already decorated. I'm not going to bring this washi that's like throwaway washi. I'm not going to bring that washi. Oh, and it looks like I already had plenty in here. I like to bring a glasses cleaner thing. Just in case. I have not cleaned out this bin in a while for my accessories. So more of the little sticker pad things. So let's go ahead and move that. Oh, one other thing. We have to pick which cover minders I want to bring for this. to go with my accessories, and we've got my trays. I have to decide what trays I'm going to bring. Normally, I just bring my 2 yellow dog trays because the nice thing about them is the small one and the narrow, I can stack just like this. So I normally bring these 2 for retreats just because it's easy, and those were normally what I always used, and they stack. But I have been using this one so much lately, and technically I could bring these 2. These are the 2 I have been using lately. I could bring these 2 just like this, the Bijou Bliss Pride tray and the small yellow dog tray. So I think I'm going to bring these 2 trays because, as you can see, they fit together and stack, and I like when things take up less space. My nail clippers, this is going in the carry-on. I use the nail clippers when I'm traveling. I use the nail clippers to trip the floss, just because I don't trust that scissors will, even the little tiny crafty scissors, I don't trust that they'll make it through. So we're going to bring this, and then I have my regular tweezers that I usually leave in here. Now I have to pick what cover minders I want to bring with me from my favorite cover minders. Ooh, Kyonashi's over there. I might grab Kyonashi because I do like working with Kyonashi. So let me grab Kyonashi. And I think he's in one of these. Yes, there he is. Okay. We're going to bring Kyonashi because that one is a must. And I have not gotten to use Kyonashi in forever because he's been all... Come here, Kyonashi. So my Kyonashi cover minder, this is one of my favorite cover minders ever, is this little Kyonashi. So he's coming with, and then I'm debating what other cover minder do I want to bring with from in here. Or do I want to go find one on, I've been using the duck cover minder from Shire Shenanigans. I've been using that one lately, but I might do, let's do this guy, my Lucky Cat. So I've got this Lucky Cat, or I've got this Lucky Cat that I could bring, and I'm like, well, which one do I do? This one's a little smaller, but this one is just so cute. So I'm so torn when it comes to like which one I bring. I think I'm gonna bring this one though, because then I've got Kyonashi and I've got this one, and that kind of covers me for cover minders. So I got the 2 cover minders that I'm gonna bring just in case for diamond paintings. So we're gonna put these 2 right here, and now I need to grab putties and I need to grab wax. So, yeah, oh, I've already grabbed the wax. I was going to use the seagrass and sage wax. So I have my drawer over here, which has waxes, but then I have the mahogany. I do love the mahogany. Let's see. Or I've got pina colada from last year's Crafters Are Dead. Oh, that one smells so good. The pina colada smells so good. This mahogany coconut, I think, is like my all-time favorite. Oh, it smells so good. So, so, so good. Oh, and it's so subtle too. But there's some really good ones in here. But I think we're good on the wax. And technically, you really don't need to bring wax and putty to some retreats. If you're doing a no frills retreat, absolutely, yes, you need to bring it with. If you're doing a retreat like this, where you're gonna get a sponsored, like a gift bag from all the sponsors who are always super, super generous for retreats, you could just go off of like whatever wax or putty you get in that. I like to bring my own just in case because I'm that person. But let's see what wax or what putty I want to bring. So these are my putties. So I've got some different scents. Most of these are Randa's Crafty Corner. The ones in front are not. These are like some Creations Morin putty that I have in here. Let's grab like this pumpkin spice from Creations Morin. It's always going to be interesting to see what will work well there, scent or smell, like scent wise, or in like stickiness wise. These are my Randas. We've got Cactus Blossom, Stress Relief, Sweet Moscato, Citrus Breeze, Lemon and Basil, Coconut Macaroon, Pineapple Vanilla, Sweet Coconut. I might do that one. Indigo Seas, Lime, Mistletoe. Ooh, maybe I'll do the Mistletoe. Palm Tree Breeze, Peach Citrus, Pine Breeze, Sea Moss and Sage, Spiced Caramel, Vanilla, Warmth of the Holidays. We're going to go with Coconut. So we've got some putty now. And let's see, is there anything else accessory-wise that I need? I've got, oh, I need a tray. So I need a pen tray. And now that's the other item that I need. And I could bring the one that's on my desk. I could do that, or I could come over here and look at my supply of pen trays. Hi, Sushi. Are you watching out the window? And then we get this thing right here. Look at that. Look at that little cat. She's so funny. Hi, Momo. Are you all toasty? Did you get yourself in your nest? Hi. She drools. It's so funny. Well, look at her. There you go. I'm sorry. I disturbed you. Okay, so this is what we wanted to look at. So these right here, if you can see past the sushi tail, these are my trays that I have. I do really like this one right here. Sorry, let me angle it down so you guys can actually see what I'm looking at. So I do really like this one with the pink flowers. So that one's a contender, but it depends on what I want my theme to be. I have this one with blue flowers. This one with these like green ones. This one does have the little booties on the bottom, so I might do that one. This one does have the booties as well, so I could do this pink one. And then the other ones that I have are all kind of like relatively similar color tones. So there's that one. This one is like a green and white. And then I have like the colored ones. There's like the green, the purple, a dark purple, light purple, gold. This green and white one here. I do really like this one as well. But I think I might just do I want the green one? Yeah, let's go with the green one. So we're going to bring the green one right here, just because I like the greens of that. So that's going to be the accessory tray to hold all my goodies in next to me on my desk. So now I need to pack these things back up. I think that's all accessory-wise. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to bring. Oh yes, my electronics, my cables. So I usually keep all of my cables in this little bag, and I just verify that it's got what I need in here, which basically is a phone cable, a watch cable, a ring charger, and then I've got 3 wall power banks. And then the only other thing that I need to add, because most of my devices now use the same charger, the USB-C. So we've got this. And then I will also throw in, before I leave, when I'm packing my carry-on bag, this right here is my stand that I like to use for my phone. So I'm going to throw this one in as well. I'll use the same charger or the same cord, but I'm going to throw this into my bag. I have one in my craft room and one in my dining room, so I will do that because my phone just sits right on it just like this. And then other than that, like my other things that I will do which are like toiletry related, I'm not worried about those, but I need some washi just in case I want to like washi the edges of something else. So that means we're going to come over to the washi hoard and we're going to pick some washi. So let's slide the diamond painting out of the way so we can see the washi. So this is my washi hoard, and I like to go with some generic washis. So probably the most generic of all washis to bring if I'm doing something small is this black, simply gilded black washi. I'm going to bring but I'm like, I don't know because I don't have too much of the big washi yet. I'm getting of this style. I am going to grab this right here. I may have to like do it in parts. So we're going to bring these 2 washis. Maybe, actually, let me just bring in the entire brand new washi of the black washi. And then, that was not the right noise. And then these I have more washis, but if I don't know what canvas I necessarily want them for, yes. So we're going to grab another one that I don't necessarily care about the color as much, a mini one that I can use to anchor things in place. And we're going to grab these washis here and throw them in the basket. So this is what I normally put all my accessories in, is this little container. Technically, it is a storage container for, it's what a planner, like my daily planner came in. So I normally put it right in here, but it works really well for traveling with. So that's what I tend to have put most of my accessories in. But it depends. I might end up throwing all of these accessories into like an accessory bag instead of putting it in here, because this is sturdy, firm. You can't really do anything with it. Whereas if I use like an accessory bag, I can. So I can put those extras that I'm not bringing with back in here. So I have bags that I can use. I think I have one over here. Let's see. Got this one, which I could totally use. That would fit a good chunk of them in here. And then I have some project bags in my closet that I need to grab. So we're gonna grab this one and we're gonna see which one I want to use. I'm gonna grab another one. All right, here's a larger bag that I could definitely fit everything in, but we'll see. In the process, I opened my closet door and I totally just bunged up my fingernail. Like I cut it or broke it really low down. Like look at that. So that's gonna be a sucky one. So I might have to dab some glue over the top of it because I don't want that. That's like too deep for me to be able to actually like cut the nail for that. So we have this bag, and if it doesn't fit in here, then I'll easily fit it into this one that my mom made for me, which is a lot bigger, which is why I haven't used that. I wonder if that larger hoop, I could use this as my crafty project bag instead of that one. Because everything would fit in here, and I could still use that medium-sized hoop that I prefer would also fit into this. Ooh, I might do that. I'm going to swap that out. So let's see what we can fit into this little bag right here. And this is kind of like the bulk of the last of the things that I would need for diamond painting for here. So we've got my tray. We've got this tray. These are the big things, are these three things right here. So I'm not going to be able to fit all of this stuff in here. And we've got this. We've got here. Technically, like the scissors. And then I've got my pens. Marker. Ink pen. Let's see. There's one pen here. The putty can go in the back with that there. We'll put that there. The other three pens. Putty picker. Wax. We've got some of these. Washi tapes are in there. These are going to go separate. We're going to put these scissors in here, and I might end up, and we are going to slide the regular scissors in just because those need to be in here. And then all that I have left, so that fits everything except for the things that are not in here that I would want to bring accessory-wise, which is fine. This fits most of them, but look at that. That's like all of my actual accessories with their corresponding trays. I need to actually, pull the putty picker out because it's shooting itself through there. So we're going to put the putty picker where it can't really move because it's going to stab things. So we've got these things. Let's zip that sucker back up. The only things that did not fit in it were all of the tweezers that I want to bring and these two, which actually I could probably still put the tweezers in, but I don't want them to go like shoving off. So these I might actually put in my box with my easel, and then I might put these in the bag with the nail things. So I'm gonna put these in the bag with the nail things because these are gonna go there, and then these ones I will put with my easel actually. So realistically, we have all of my diamond painting accessories in here. These are both gonna go for carry-on. For those will go in my carry-on, and then I'm going to move I might move the other stuff into this bag and use this bag instead of the other project bag, just because this one's a little bit bigger. I might end up using this. We will see, because I could bring the larger hoop if I wanted to bring this one. So now I need to organize all the chaos and put it into my suitcase, because I think that is everything. The only things that I need to pack now are non-diamond painting stuff, like clothes and toiletries, which that'll happen on Tuesday night before I go. But I think that's all. So I've got cross stitch, I've got pixels, I've got diamond paintings up the wazoo because I'm an overachiever. I've got my easel, I've got my light pad, I've got all my de-stash stuff, all my gifts. I've got cross stitch projects. I've got my pad for the edge of the desk. I have my accessories, which I need to go put this in the suitcase now. I've got my pens for de-stash, which I need to put them all in the bag and toss the bag in there. And hopefully I can downsize how many I actually have to go back home. But we'll put the pens in there. And I think that's really, I think that's it. Oh, I need a pad of paper. Let me grab, because, sometimes you want paper for whatever reason. So we're going to grab this pad of paper here. So we're going to do this one. because you can never have. So I'm going to put that in my bag because, you know, sometimes you just want paper to be able to use because it comes in handy on occasion. So that is everything. All right. I know this was like a super long video, hour and 20 minutes, but that is me gathering up everything that I need for the diamond painting retreat and everything that I'm bringing with me. Now I just need to organize it all and pack it into my suitcase, and I'll probably, you know, at least show you guys what it looks like once it's fully packed. But I do not feel like packing it at this moment. I need to break before I pack it. But anyways, yeah, let's see. If not, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me pack all of my goodies for what I'm taking with me to the diamond painting retreat. And yes, I will also be bringing, like, my iPad is going with me because that's what I do my videos and everything on. So that's going to go with me as well. But otherwise, I think that's really, we've hit everything minus, you know, non-crafty stuff. Yeah, it's just that's in my iPad will go in my carry-on with me. I think that's everything. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.